Jayaprakash reporting in from Bangalore. Several cities have erupted in protest. Jayaprakash, if you can hear me this time around, give us an update of what Bangalore looks like this morning.
Well, it's a symbolic protest by the Congress party in Karnataka at Town Hall. It's a party event rather than a people event as such. You can see a sea of people gathered here, all Congress party workers protesting against the demonetization scheme rolled out by the Modi government. The party wants to make this as the election plank in the future. The party which was battling with anti-incumbency has suddenly got some issue to fight for. But in Bangalore as such, the normal life has not been disrupted. It's normal. People are not affected largely. It's more of a party event, as you can see here, Akshay.
Okay, stay with us, Jayaprakash. Coming to you in just a couple of moments. We have some more inputs coming in. Let's take a listen into what the Education Minister has to say.
सरकार के साथ है। मुझे लगता है जो विपक्षी दल है वो भी सोचे कि देश के हित का कार्यक्रम है और इसके साथ चले। कि जनधन खाताओं में जब जो आक्रोश दिवस और धरना इन दोनों में विपक्ष बंट गया, तो विपक्ष को एक दिशा तय करनी चाहिए, करना क्या है, आक्रोश दिवस मनाना या बंद करना है। ये इसमें ही विपक्ष बंट गया। पहला तो ये विषय है। दूसरा, जो जनधन खातों में पैसे जमा हुए हैं या जिनमें कोई लिमिट विड्रॉल की और करने से, सब उपाय हम इसलिए कर रहे हैं ताकि जिनके काला धन था जिनका और उन्होंने जनधन बैंक अकाउंट का दुरुपयोग किया है, उनके खिलाफ तो जो एग्जिस्टिंग लॉ है उसके तहत कार्रवाई होगी ना। धन्यवाद।
देखिए, केजरीवाल जी को मुझे लगता है शौक है कुछ बोलने का और टीवी पे आने का, और वो उनका शौक जग जाहिर हो चुका है। मैं उनका मुख्यमंत्री के नाते, पद के नाते सम्मान करता हूं, लेकिन गलत सूचनाएं देना और गलत सूचनाओं के आधार पर रिएक्ट करना उचित नहीं। उन्होंने लिखा मेरी बेटी की शादी, मैं बता दूं मेरे बेटे की शादी है।
All right, so we're looking at more and more voices there coming in, and of course the government, we heard the MO's finance also saying the opposition quite confused and taking advantage out of this confusion that's coming in of whether or not this was an Akrosh Divas or a nationwide ban. But let's go across to my colleague Priya Saigal joining us with further details, her perspective on the matter. Priya, interesting to note, while we talk about how there is division within the opposition ranks today, but the fact is several cities have erupted in protest in Jammu and Allahabad, Siliguri, Hyderabad, Chennai, Kolkata, in Kerala, and several other cities that continue to protest this morning.
Absolutely, Akshay. No, there is, the Congress, of course, has called a nationwide Akrosh Divas, whatever that means. So there are going to be protests all over. How successful are they? That's really going to be a call that we're going to take at the end of the day, really. Right now, the prime focus is, A, the protests outside, and also what the government is trying to do to counter the protests. They've built up this counter narrative. They're talking, you heard the MOS Finance and other government ministers talking about the divide in the opposition. Now, unfortunately, that is a narrative that the opposition is also lending itself to, with various leaders saying that we heard Mulayam Singh tell us off record, even though he did attend the opposition meeting where some of his MPs did attend the meeting called by the Congress, but on record they don't want to work under the leadership of the Congress. The Congress doesn't want to join Trinamool's agitation. So there is a basic ego divide, or what you may call it, different strategies. So everybody's holding its own little protest, and that is the narrative that the government wants to sell at the end of the day. They say yes, there is opposition, but the opposition is divided. So there are chinks in the opposition, and that's really what the government wants to hone in on.
Okay, Priya, stay with us, please. We'll go across to our colleague Jayaprakash once again joining us live from Bengaluru. Jayaprakash, let's speak to some of the people there. Let's try and understand what are they really opposing. Are they opposing demonetization? Are they opposing fight against black money, or just the implementation of it?
See, basically what the Congress here, the protest is symbolic, as I said, but then they're talking about how there is no liquidity, and the cash crunch in terms of 100 rupees is the issue here that these guys are making out today. The protest is actually joined by the senior party functionaries as well as ministers of cabinet rank. As you know, the assembly session has been called off for the day. and a lot of Congress leaders have joined the protest. Akshay, but largely the Congress sees it as a trouble to the people of India who are struggling with no liquidity in hand, and wherever you go.
Is it possible for us to speak with some of those protesters? What do they have to say? Even if this is a party event, like you're saying, it's only Congress supporters and cadres. Let's have a quick word with them, Jayaprakash.
Sure. Okay, one second.
ಸರ್ ನಾವು ಏರ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಗಾಡಿ ಓಡಿಸೋದು 800-700 ಮೀಟರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ 2000 ನೋಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಚಿಲ್ಲರೆ ಕೊಡಕ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ತುಂಬಾ ಗಲಾಟೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರ ಚಿಲ್ಲರೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಚಿಲ್ಲರೆ ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಹೆಂಗೆ? ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಲಿ ಇವರು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾರಲ್ಲ ಹಳೆ ನೋಟ್ಗಳು, ಇದು 2000 ನೋಟ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ 500 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ನೋಟು ಇದು 1000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ನೋಟ್ ಬಿಡ್ಬಾರ್ದಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ? ಯಾಕೆ ಜನಗಳಿಗೆ ಇವರು ತೊಂದರೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು? ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ 2000 ರೂಪೀಸ್ ನೋಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಚಿಲ್ಲರೆ ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ತುಂಬಾ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ.
Okay, so many voices are coming in from those protesters in Bengaluru, while we also get visuals of a complete lockdown situation in Trivandrum as we speak today in Kerala. So interesting to note that in pockets of different parts of the country, we're looking at this protest that has been successful in terms of a lockdown, but unfortunately it's not a united opposition, which would have been a major worry really for the government today. But what's going to happen in the parliament? Let's go across to Priya once again. Priya, we've been speaking of several of these demands that the opposition members really have. What are your sources indicating? If the Prime Minister is expected to speak today, will that really mean the end of this opposition in the Parliament, or will there be more that they will continue to demand? And how differently will the Prime Minister really address? We've seen him speak on several occasions, Priya, in rallies, in the Lok Sabha just day before yesterday on Friday. So how different really is the Prime Minister's word going to be in the Parliament if he does speak today?
Well, actually, I don't think anybody can second guess this Prime Minister, so I'm not even going to venture on that front. But what we can see is his speeches outside have been largely political. You know, he's defended the move, but he's also attacked those opposing it. You know, he said whether it's the Congress, he's talked about those involved in scams. He even raised the chit fund accusation against the TMC. Now, these kind of political attacks, personal attacks, have not been taken well by the opposition. Whether he engages in those in the Parliament, I don't think he will. I have a feeling that in the Parliament, he's going to try and explain the move, the rationale behind it, and also the somewhat success of the scheme. You know, we already know the amount of money that is coming, and the government, the queues are getting shorter outside. So there is some kind of a leeway that the government is hoping. In fact, that is why I'm told that he may even wait a bit more before he speaks. Whether he'll speak today.